Hello and welcome to the Hawke British Mini Rifle Championship, a sport that involves accuracy, manoeuvrability, tactics and more importantly speed. We have 6 rounds all hosted here at Silverstone Shooting Centre, and joining me right now is the owner, John Thorne. John, practical shooting, tell us about it.
Yeah, it's all very different. First time ever in the UK we've got a practical championship being shown, and the main thing to explain to people is that normally in competitive shooting the competitor is stationary and they shoot a target, which is normally stationary. In practical shooting it's a very dynamic sport, so it's a question of literally running around a range, shooting different targets at different distances, and also it's a moving target as well. So it's a much more active sport.
A lot of tactics involved around the range. Tell us a bit how that works.
Well, yeah, I mean, the main thing about practical shooting is that because you're moving around the range, it's a bit like chess. You've got targets spread around the range, different kinds of targets, and the question is obviously to try and engage those targets as fast as possible, but obviously getting the highest score. So it's both being accurate on the target, but also doing it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, there's a handoff, isn't there, between accuracy and the manoeuvrability and the agility and your ability to use a rifle.
Well, yeah, this is mini rifle. So there are different classifications of practical shooting. There's shotgun, there's mini rifle, and also in the UK there's what's called LBP, which is our version of pistol. But the concept's the same. The competitor has to literally move around the range, getting within sight of a certain target, shooting that target, and then getting the best score on that target against the clock. It's all against the clock is a big thing. It's very different. It's a very dynamic sport in that regard.
You talk about speed. Speed is important as well as accuracy. Tell us a bit more about how it's measured.
Well, essentially what you have in most competitive shooting sports is all about accuracy. It's literally scoring the best bullet hole in the target for the best score. But with practical shooting, it's a more dynamic sport, so speed is of the essence. Everything we do is against the clock. So as fast as you can, shooting the target as fast as you can, give you the best score. So it gets to be a question of, when you look into a course of fire, which targets do you shoot? Is it a question of being more accurate on that target or to shoot it faster? And that's the perennial question about practical shooting. It's both speed and accuracy. Being very quick but inaccurate won't make you a win, and vice versa. Being very accurate but being slow also won't let you win.
And 6 stages as well, all at different distances. And it puts another challenge for the competitors as well.
Well, yeah, very much. Practical shooting, as I said, has shotgun and different versions. This is mini rifle, which is the longest distance we can shoot in the UK. So what we have is targets that could be anywhere from 1 metre away to 100 metres away. So essentially it means that the competitor needs to know and be accurate at very, very short distances, which sounds easy, but it can be quite difficult, but also at longer distances. But obviously taking more time to get a better score also pays off as well.
Well, there's a little bit of a background into a mini rifle. Stage 1 is about to get ready. Let's head out to the stages.
This is Kelvin. He's going for the turning target stage. Tough on this. 6 turning targets that are no-shoots, with targets behind he must shoot. Obviously avoiding the no-shoot targets. Doing well. It's all about timing. Got to shoot the targets in between the no-shoots turning the way.
Major penalties for hitting the no-shoots.
Yeah, 10-point penalty for each shot. Did well. This is Matt Cox. He's on a balance board. So here the competition, you have to stay on that balance board. And this is what's called Virginia count. He's got 9 targets and 9 rounds. Any round shot above 9 rounds is a 10-point penalty for a missed target. So you've got to be accurate and hit all of them, which he has. Good run.
One of the most essential things with shooting is obviously the guns. Now, with my naivety, they all look very similar to me, John. Could you just talk us through them? There's 3 of them there. One of them looks very different. These 2 look very similar.
Yeah, I mean, obviously mini rifle is exactly that. They're miniature rifles, or a better phrase. The guns may be full size, but the term mini rifle refers to the fact that in the UK, the law dictates the largest caliber round that we can shoot in semi-auto form. So in other words, every time you pull a trigger, a round comes out. Is .22 caliber. So all these guns we have here are all .22 caliber semi-auto guns. And as you can see from the course of fires and shooting, you have to be able to shoot a bullet after time after time.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of jamming in these early stages of the tournament. Is that an aspect of the gun and the way it's made?
There's end of the day, no gun is perfect, and that's why there are different versions here. And end of the day, you will have a situation where guns will fail, guns will misfire or have a jam, etc. It's part of life. And part of one of the things with the mini rifle especially is adapting the gun to suit the competition environment and different kinds. So we've got 3 different guns here. 2 of them are very similar. And the first thing I mentioned is that all the magazines are empty, and we're in low on a range here as well. It's quite important to mention that. We're just doing it for a presentation tape. So this one here is a Smith & Wesson 1522, guns empty. It's a very standard, what we call an AR platform. An AR doesn't refer to assault rifle, it means armour light rifle. And it's simply the design it has, with a magazine, detachable magazine, which has 25 rounds in, and then obviously a gun which has very similar functionality in terms of how the gun works, with a single aim point red dot sight on. And that's probably the most popular gun you'll see in competition at the moment.
Okay. In terms of the way that they're structured and the weights, does that make much of a difference in this kind of environment?
Well, yes, one of the issues that people sometimes find with the Smith & Wesson 1522 is a very lightweight gun. So another popular version, again, an identical AR platform style, this is the Chris DMK. Now this is completely metal gun, so it's much more solid, much heavier. And if you compare it to the other one, if you grab it and point it down range, it's a heavier gun compared to the Smith & Wesson. And this one's obviously fitted with a Hawke telescopic sight rather than a red dot. And there's no right or wrong. There are different versions, different people see how they like them.
Okay, and finally, talk us through this last one we've got here.
Well, yeah, there's also some scary stuff out there, and this is my gun. This is a Chris Vector. Now, this is a new rifle out at the moment. Very different style, and it's done primarily with obviously a much larger magazine with a 30-round magazine for it. Again, the gun is empty, and it means that it's a much shorter platform, a little bit heavier, and now mine is fitted with multiple optics. So I have a EOTech holographic sight, which is 0 to 25 metres, and then I have an aim point red dot sight, which is 0 at 10 metres. So it means I can change angles. I'm shooting from longer distance to shorter distance. But it feels quite different in terms of the gun, but does the same thing and shoots the same size calibre bullet as well.
When it comes to mini rifle, is there a limit on the capacity of the magazine?
Technically, in terms of regulations, 30 rounds is the maximum that you're allowed to have, but again, different countries have different rules. For example, in Germany, the local laws there means they have a maximum number of rounds per magazine of 10, which means that really mini rifle is tough to shoot in Germany because obviously you see the course of fire here, they may require 30, 40 rounds to shoot, and that assumes you hit everything. So it can be a bit more complicated. But again, the similarity between them is that really they're all running the same calibre, which is reasonably small bullets. That's why it's called mini rifle, because the distances that we shoot is a maximum 120 metres. So it means that really where practical rifle will shoot out to 300 metres, we're like a shortened version of it, which suits us in the UK because we don't have the space. There's not many ranges that can shoot beyond 50 metres, frankly, let alone doing 300.
Well, we've heard about the guns, let's see them in action. Up next we've got Tony Porter, run and gun stage. 100 metres, we've got plenty of balls to hit on the way.
Long stage this, lots of little yellow balls, just tough to knock.
Tony's taking care of them relatively easy. On to the right of him.
Partly a memory stage, it's very easy to run past the target, not engage it and forget about it entirely. So they've got to make sure they shoot all of them, and there are 20 to shoot in this stage.
And if you do forget, so you do have to run backwards, but it's got to ruin your time at the end. So you need to make sure you pay attention to where all the targets are.
Tony won't be happy with that. Mag change stationary, that's going to hurt his time. Can you see all those? Yes, you can. Targets from about 1 metre away up to about 30 metres away. A tough stage, Tony, that I think.
Stand by!
Little short stage this. Target's turn, got to shoot them before they turn away. Don't think he got them all. Won't be a happy stage for Zach. And 2 longer distance targets. Tough one. Then you got 3 seconds.
Well, I hope you enjoyed all the action here from Silverstone Shooting Centre. John, it's been a fantastic day. Thank you for putting on this event.
That's been great. I mean, this is the first of a 6-round championship. It's the first time ever we've had any this level of competitors and this level of shooting in the country. The Hawke Championship, I think, will go from strength to strength. So looking forward to the next round in a week's time or so.
Yeah, me too. So please do tune in next time.